Welcome back, folks. Be sure 94 here for another episode of our WCW Lives Monday Nitro. We officially hit the 1 year mark of the save last week as we went over Nitro as well as a 1 year review of the wrestling world. We are here on the road to our anniversary event. I did steal TNA's idea with Slammiversary, but we're going to roll with it here in May. We did also on our next Nitro, we'll be able to announce what the Japan pay-per-view is going to be, as well as the name. But yeah, let's get right into it here. We'll hop right into May week 1. Before we get into the show, just want to thank everybody who's been commenting and liking the video. Definitely, you guys are not looked at any differently. I love you guys for all coming through. Definitely appreciate all the buzz and all the support for the channel as well. So let's get right into Nitro here. We're gonna start off in front of about 5,800 people. We're gonna start off with the recap of last week's Nitro. At the end, where Sting returned and laid out Booker T. Obviously, you know where this is going. This has been building since even before Starrcade in December. When Sting got hurt, Booker T ended up winning the belt, and we had to kind of scramble to come to a new conclusion to Starrcade, which is terrible because Starrcade's our WrestleMania. But, you know, the payoff I think is going to work out here. We're going to get Sting and Booker coming up at Slammiversary, which is going to be great. But yeah, let's get out to the next segment. 67 rating just for the video. And the Outsiders start the show. They come down to the ring and they call out the Militia for ruining the WCW Tag Team Championship match last week against the Steiners. Saying that we could have had a great match with the Steiners and it could have been one of the best wrestling matches for the WCW Tag Team Championships ever, and you guys ruined it. So tonight we want to get retribution against both of you. The tag team titles and the Militia storyline both advance with a 73 rating overall from our tag champs. And naturally, the Militia does come out. Guido, Gonzalez, Crazy, and Berlyn. But Guido says the only way that his Militia will face off against the Outsiders, the tag belts need to be on the line right now. If not, the match is not happening. The Outsiders, obviously as fighting champions, gladly oblige to that, and the tag team titles will open the show right now for the tag team championships, as it's going to be Gonzalez and Super Crazy facing off against the Outsiders. Tag titles and Militia storyline again advanced. Guido improvised well, as he always does. 70 overall rating. Okay, in a decent match, the Outsiders defeated Ray Gonzalez and Super Crazy in 9:40 when Kevin Nash pinned Super Crazy with a jackknife powerbomb. The Outsiders make defense number 2. In this match, the Steiner brothers did come out and cause Gonzalez and Crazy to lose the match as retribution for last week, as they obviously screwed them, so it's only fitting if they screw them back. Super Crazy at 53, Ray at 51, Nash at 73, Scott Hall 63. Both storylines advanced but lost heat. Announcing quality lifted the match, and the match got the crowd hotter with a 63 segment. Now remember, the Steiner brothers are now out there, so the Steiner brothers brawl with the Militia, as well as the Outsiders are kind of out there as well with it, as the Steiners kind of lay out the 3 Militia members and stare down the Outsiders, who obviously are still the tag team champions, and the Steiner brothers want the belts. Both storylines advanced and gained heat. 74 overall segment. Now in our next segment, as Guido's trying to bail up the ramp, Rob Van Dam hits him with a vicious spin kick to lay him out to end the segment. So, a lot to unpack here, guys. So, the tag team title match, a little bit of a bait and switch again, I apologize, but hopefully you'll understand where I'm going. The Militia got a random tag team title match against the Outsiders. Came up short due to the Steiner brothers, but we built 2 storylines up right in our opening segment here with all 3 of this, and we got a little bit of a US title build up as well, as we have another encounter between these 2 going on at the pay-per-view. 68 overall segment, I'll take it. We get a little just graphic saying that we'll hear from Sting later tonight. 71 overall segment. In about the head, great heat and good wrestling. Mike Awesome defeats Buff Bagwell on 950 by a pinfall with an awesome bomb. I don't know why I didn't say this, but due to a distraction from the Hurricane, Mike Awesome is 76, Buff Bagwell 63. The Buff versus new gimmick storyline has advanced and gained heat. Buff and Don Marie are a good pairing, as we already know. Mike Awesome benefited from having a hot new move, and the match got the crowd hotter, 71 overall segment. Mike Awesome is in a rough spot right now. I don't really know where to go with him, so just want to give him a TV win, and it also kind of helps the story arc a little bit with Buff and the Hurricane, so glad this worked out as it needed to. Post-match, the Hurricane hits a huge flying crossbody, as he is a superhero after all, and lays out Buff Bagwell and says he is here to save WCW, and Buff Bagwell is his first target. So 54 overall segment. Storyline has advanced but lost heat, and the Hurricane improvised well. So good stuff. Good. Backstage, Triple X, Christopher Daniels, and Alex Skipper try to cut a promo before they can even start talking. Chronic attacks them from behind, as they are obviously still pissed off that they got embarrassed last week by them, and lay them out with pipes and just completely they're out on the ground, and Chronic stands tall. This advances the segment as well as the storyline. This is going to be obviously Chronic's kind of swan song to WCW. I'm done with both of them after this, but wanted to give Alex Skipper and Christopher Daniels a little TV feud, and I think this will work out well for all four men. 48 segment. Backstage, Eric Bischoff has Chavo in his office and says, Chavo, if you lose tonight, the TV championship against Kaz Hayashi, unlike Kaz Hayashi, you do not get a rematch for the TV championship if you somehow lose. Chavo's clearly pissed off at this situation and storms out of the office. This is one of my interesting storylines that I got going on right now. I don't really think you guys kind of can figure out where we're going yet with it, but just trying to give Chavo something. Chavo's so good in the ring and just so terrible in charisma in this game. Just trying to do something to make him a character in some way, shape, or form. 66 overall segment, going on to the TV title match. In a decent match, Kaz Hayashi defeats Chavo Guerrero Jr. in 1250 by pinfall with a fast roll-up. Kaz Hayashi wins the WCW Television Championship. Kaz Hayashi is 70, Chavo a 49. TV title and Chavo repackaged joint have both advanced, and the announcing quality lifted the match with a 63 overall segment. So remember what Bischoff said, Chavo does not get a rematch against Kaz Hayashi. So we'll see kind of what happens going forward here, but brand new TV champion, Kaz Hayashi. Love to see it. We get a video package for the world's most dangerous man. Obviously, another new character is coming to World Championship Wrestling. And if you saw last week in the year review, you saw who it was if you paid attention. The most dangerous man in the world, Ken Shamrock, will be making his debut in World Championship Wrestling soon. I'm very excited to have him on board. He has been the one that I've been teasing for a little bit, or at least one of the guys I've been teasing for a little bit. Hopefully we can do some good stuff with him. Wasn't really planning on bringing him in, as he was out for a year with a fight, and then he came back to the wrestling business, and WWE didn't even offer him a deal, so I scooped him up. So we'll see kind of what happens. I already know what's going to happen because I already got it written out, but we'll see. Mark Jindrak comes down to the ring and explains his actions on why he attacked AJ Styles. He feels that he is above being in a tag team with AJ. Just because him and AJ have been friends their whole life does not mean he has to be friends with him for the rest of his life, and that he needs to move forward and move on. But he says if AJ is able to find his way to Slammiversary, he would love to put this to bed and end this friendship one and for all. 42 overall segment. Jindrak, not a good promo here. We're working on some things with him to hopefully help the situation, and I think I found a solution, and we'll see that shortly. So looking forward to that. In About the Head, Great Heat and Decent Wrestling, Double J Jeff Jarrett defeats Diamond Dallas Page in 950 by pinfall with the stroke. Double J is 72, DDP of 54. Announcing quality lifted the match with a 70 overall match. This match, simply, Double J just gets a win as he builds momentum for Slammiversary. DDP is on that slippery slope. He's just helping get guys over on TV now. So he's a guy I can always put in a match, and I know it's going to work. So no complaints here. Solid match. 70 rating. I'll take that every time. Post-match, 3-on-1 beatdown to Diamond Dallas Page ensues by the Dynasty. Rey Mysterio tries to make the save, but 3-on-1 is just too much as Jeff Jarrett leaves Rey Mysterio laying as he holds the WCW Championship up. 68 overall segment. WCW Championship storyline has advanced, but it did lose a little bit of heat, but that's okay. I think we're going to make up for that. Backstage segment as Father James Mitchell and Abyss cut a backstage promo. Mitchell begging Goldberg to stand up to Abyss, as Abyss wants to end the career of Bill Goldberg, and he wants Abyss to inflict as much pain as humanly possible to Goldberg, as he is sick and tired of seeing him. 63 overall segment. We cut to Guido telling Berlyn to go after Rob Van Dam and challenge him to a match right now. Both storylines have advanced and they gained heat. 73 overall segment. Looks like we're getting a Berlyn versus Rob Van Dam match. And it does great. In a good match, Rob Van Dam defeats Berlyn by pinfall in 9:46 with a split-legged moonsault. RVD in 89. Berlyn a 53. 78 overall segment. Fantastic. I was not expecting this rating, but this proves that Berlyn can definitely do some more stuff on his own, and I'm looking forward to that. RVD, probably the best in-ring worker, probably besides Mysterio we have on the roster. No complaints whatsoever. Helps build a little bit more to that story arc for the US title and the Militia. In our main event match of the evening, and about to have good heat and decent wrestling, Abyss defeats Sean O'Haire in 10:04 by pinfall with a black hole slam. Abyss is 71, Sean O'Haire 52. Announcing quite late to the match. 67 overall segment. As the match ends, Bill Goldberg emerges on the stage and challenges the Monster Abyss at Slammiversary, and he wants to make the Monster say, "I quit." So, big match announcement obviously here, as these two behemoths are going to go at it in an "I quit" match. I can't imagine either one of these guys saying "I quit," so it's going to be very interesting and see how we get to that. But the match is made, so we'll see what happens and what kind of chaos may ensue in that match. Storyline has advanced. Mitchell improvised well in a 64 segment, which I wish was a little higher, but I'll take it. In our final segment of the night, Sting cuts an in-ring promo on Booker T, saying that retribution has been on his mind since Starrcade happened, where he wasn't able to defend his WCW championship against Booker T, and then Booker T was able to just slide his way in the championship and obviously held on to it. Sting wanted his presence known and wanted to, as soon as he got healthy, come after the man who took him away from the WCW fans, took him away from the WCW championship, and that was Booker T. Sting said no matter what happened, he was coming after Booker T as soon as he was healthy, and as soon as he found an opportunity to make it work, he did. And that's why he showed up at Uncensored and screwed him against Rey Mysterio. And Sting says that now, as he's fully cleared, he wants Booker T at Slammiversary. We'll fix Sting's gimmick. We'll adjust that a little bit. 76 overall segment. Booker T doesn't even come down to talk. He hits the ring and the brawl is on. Sting and Booker T are trying to be separated as the show goes off the air. Booker T and Sting storyline has advanced and gained heat. Booker T looked good. 79 overall segment rating. I'm looking for a show rating, hopefully around 75, 76 here. So let's see what we get. 72. Okay, so I wasn't completely off. A 72 still does good, increases our popularity. I'm still trying to figure out the red lines. I know a lot of people have had the same issues, so I'm trying to make sure it's not me messing that up. But hopefully you guys did enjoy the show. I think we did a lot of good things. We really built up the Militia a lot this episode. We built up the tag titles, the US title. We have a new TV champion, so we'll see kind of what happens with all that, and Chavo Guerrero's whole situation. Chronic attack Triple X, so we'll see kind of where we're going with that. Hurricane and Buff Bagwell, their storyline has an extra layer. Mark Jindrak and AJ, again, kind of going back to their past and really bringing up, what's going to happen with them going forward. Abyss had a solid match, and Goldberg returned, and now an I Quit match is happening at Slammiversary. RVD had an amazing match with Berlyn. Jarrett was able to get a one-up on Mysterio. And then obviously in the ending of the show, Sting and Booker finally came to blows, and it happened big time. So hopefully, again, you guys are enjoying the series. The series is really at the point now where we just hit the 1 year mark, guys, and a lot of crazy stuff is happening that, maybe never happened in WCW. Well, it definitely didn't, because obviously WCW was dead. And I'm doing my best to make sure that this does not become a TNA type save. I'm trying to make this my own. So please, make sure you like the video if you are still following and enjoying the show. Please comment stuff that you guys want to see or people you want to see in the company, and just overall what you guys think of some of these story arcs. I'm always looking for feedback, so I really would love to have some of that as well. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the new thumbnails. I do have an amazing person that's helping me out with that now. Make sure you check him out as well. I'll put a link to his in the description, but make sure you guys are checking him out. Make sure you're obviously staying on top of this this show as well. And we'll continue next week with Monday Nitro, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Slammiversary, I stole it from TNA, sorry guys, will be on the next, it'll be in 2 weeks, so not this next Sunday, but the Sunday after, you'll be getting the pay-per-view. So, like I said, next week, you get one more Nitro, I believe, and then we should be going to the pay-per-view. But for next week, let's do a little goal here, guys. Let's shoot for 10 likes. Let's hopefully get around that 100 view count, try to keep building. We're trying to get that 100 subscribers by Thanksgiving, so let's keep building towards that. And let's just keep trying to keep this show going. I think we can easily keep a couple years going in this save, and I am fully invested. I got so much written out in a notebook that it's pretty much hurting my brain at this point, but it's okay. But yeah, so I'm going to cut it off here. We'll see you guys next week, and hopefully you guys have a great week.